Welcome to Bayside IELTS and our series of IELTS preparation videos. In this video, I'll be guiding you through how to analyse, plan and write a Task 2 opinion style essay. Grab a pencil and paper so that you can write with me. I'll tell you when to pause and write on your own. Let's start with the question from our first video. We've got the instructions up the top and the bottom, and our essay question here in the middle. Sport should be a compulsory subject throughout the school years. To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is clearly an opinion essay, and you need to express your view on whether sport should be compulsory in schools. Start by getting the question clear in your mind by reading it a few times and marking the key words. Sport should be a compulsory, mandatory, not optional subject throughout the school years, so from prep until the end of high school. And the question is, to what extent do you agree or disagree? This means how much or how far do you agree or disagree? People often say, well, I agree and I disagree, and that's fine. Of course, you may agree with some aspects or in some cases. In this question, you might agree with sport being compulsory in primary school but not in high school. Or you might think sport should be optional, not compulsory. But if you are not a strong writer, we recommend taking a strong position and arguing 100% for or against. And this is because of the task response criteria. Remember this from the first video. To achieve Band 7, you need to present a clear position throughout the response. So if an examiner finishes your essay and still doesn't know what you think about this question, or if you've contradicted yourself or changed your mind, you simply cannot score 7. In fact, if the examiner can't work out your opinion, you could be looking at Band 3 in this criterion. Does not express a clear position. Band 3. Let's avoid that. Here are the steps we go through when writing. Firstly, read the question several times and work out your opinion. Plan by brainstorming and organising ideas into body paragraphs. Write and then edit. Okay, the question again. I'm going to write a strong opinion essay. I'm going to say yes. When planning, I ask myself, why? Why should sport be compulsory? And the first thing that springs to mind is the health benefits of physical activity. Then I try to stretch out or develop this idea by asking myself more questions, like why, how, what's an example, if not, so what? Well, sport makes kids fit and healthy. Why is this good? It creates lifelong healthy habits, and this can reduce the risk of disease. I ask myself, if not, if sport wasn't compulsory, well, kids would miss out. Another reason why I think sport should be compulsory is because of the academic benefits. And I got this idea from reading articles about the benefits of sport and PE in schools. The writers said that sport and physical activity can improve literacy, numeracy, and problem solving. Another benefit? The social benefits. When kids are playing sport, they're acquiring skills like teamwork, communication, leadership. For instance, when they're playing basketball, they're developing these skills. And so what? What's the point? Well, this is good for their future. It has a long-term impact on their careers and their lives. So I've got 3 strong points here. I could either put each one in a separate paragraph, or I can group them into 2 bodies. And I'm going to do this by grouping health benefits in one paragraph and combining academic and social into other benefits. So I'm ready to write now, and first up is the introduction. We can use a simple pattern for the intro. 3 sentences is plenty. 1 to give the background or the topic, another to reword the question, and in this type of essay, a final sentence to express our opinion. People often ask me, Do I need to give my opinion in the intro? And the simple answer is yes. To meet Band 7 Plus in the task response criterion, you need clear opinion throughout. So let's write. Here's our topic and our intro pattern. Pause the recording now and have a go by yourself. Here's mine. Firstly, the background sentence to introduce the topic. Few people would dispute the importance of physical activity in childhood. Now reword the question. It has therefore been suggested that sport classes ought to be mandatory throughout the school years. Notice the synonyms I've used here. Ought to instead of should, and mandatory for compulsory. And then opinion statement. Personally, I completely agree with this argument. Now we're ready to write the body paragraphs. So here's our plan again. You can try this by yourself first. Pause the recording now and write your own body paragraphs using this plan. Remember, we're going to group them into 2 bodies. Then come back and watch the rest of the video. Here's my body 1 plan. I start with a topic sentence, a sentence that connects to the essay topic and outlines the main point of this paragraph. First of all, the inclusion of sport in the core curriculum would have significant health benefits. Why? When children are engaged in physical activity, there is no doubt that they are fitter and healthier. So, these active habits can be carried into adulthood too, reducing their chances of obesity and related illnesses such as diabetes and heart disease. In other words, the impact can be long-lasting. If not, if sport were only an optional elective, many students would opt out, missing out on these advantages, and may suffer dire consequences in the future. Time for body 2. Here's our plan. Topic sentence first. In addition to the impact on health, compulsory sport can have other benefits as well. Academic benefits. In terms of academic development, it has been proven that quality PE, that's physical education, lessons can improve literacy, numeracy, problem solving, and strategic thinking. Another benefit? Participation in sports can also contribute to the development of social skills such as teamwork, cooperation, and even leadership. Example, when playing basketball, for instance, children are not just running and throwing, but also communicating, sharing, and encouraging. And my final sentence to wrap it up. Such qualities can be of great value in future job opportunities and positions of responsibility. And that brings us to the conclusion. The conclusion should just be a summary of the essay with no new information or examples here. Try it yourself first. Pause the recording now and write a summary of the reasons and restate your opinion that sport should be compulsory in schools. I'm writing 2 sentences for my conclusion. Firstly, a summary of my reasons. In conclusion, it is clear that sports classes in school are not only vital to long-term physical health, but can also play a critical role in academic and social skill development. Then restate my opinion. They should therefore be included in every school syllabus from prep to year 12. And that's it. Here is our full essay. In the real test, you should allow a couple of minutes to read through and hopefully correct any errors. Notice the breaks in between the paragraphs. You should do the same when handwriting your work. Just leave an empty line. And the word count is 256 words. And there you have it. Remember to always plan your essay, and if it's an opinion question, make your position clear from the introduction through to the conclusion. Thanks for watching. Get in touch if you have any questions.